So the next topic is interface. So welcome back to Success Automation. This is Java series for the automation engineer. Now I'm going to talk about the interface. So what is the interface? Why we'll use what how we'll use interface? How to create the interface? So quickly I'll go to the definition of interface. If you see the definition of interface, an interface in Java programming language is defined as abstract type used to specify the behavior of a class. Interface in Java is a blueprint of behavior. A Java interface contains static constants and abstract methods. So um, when you talk about the interface, an interface contain all abstract methods by default. No need to give the keyword abstract, like what we discussed in the previous video in abstract class. In abstract class, whenever you want to give, whenever you want to declare abstract method, you need to use abstract keyword. Whereas interface, you no need to give the you no need to give the abstract keyword. By default, all the methods are abstract. So quickly, I'll jump to the program. I'll close all these. So right click, new. There is a interface here. You no need to. You should not select the class here. You need to select the interface. So I'll just give bank. Okay. So whenever you want to create the interface, you need to give the keyword interface, and you should not give capital letter I. Should be small letter, and you should not merge like this. Public is a different, interface keyword is different, and this class name is different. So you have to be careful. So when you talk about the interface, you can create only the abstract methods. Deposit. Okay. As I told, in interface, all the methods by default abstract methods. No need to give the abstract keyword here. So only you can create the abstract methods in the interface. When you try to create the non-abstract method or concrete method, it will give the error. Okay, you need to create only the abstract methods. So again, I create one method deposit and another method withdraw. Withdraw. So like this, you need to create the interface, and any number of methods you can put, but all methods should be abstract. You cannot define the methods. But in Java, for example, my Java, I'll tell you, check the version of my Java here. Java Java minus Java, which version of Java it is? What is the command? What is the command to find the Java version? Java version. Okay. So when you see the version of Java is 1.80. In Java 1.8 version, I am doing this. I am giving the demo. Okay, but in Java 18 or 21 you can create the static methods, so that I will cover in another video. Now let's talk about the Java 1.8 version. Okay, here when you talk about this, only abstract method create. So like this you can create the interface. Interface is not a class, you have to remember. Interface is totally different. Interface, you have to give the interface keyword. And now I created the interface. I'll create one class. Okay, Canara Bank. Okay, I'm creating one class. Under that I'm going to implement interface. Whenever you want to call an interface, you need to give the keyword implements. Okay, and copy the name of this interface and put it here. So first you need to create the interface, and interface have only abstract methods by default, and this interface should implement in the another class, Canara Bank. So whenever implement the interface, it will ask you to implement all the unimplemented methods. So the methods which we have created in this interface all are abstract. You need to define, you need to implement that. So there are two methods, deposit and withdraw. These two methods I need to implement, I need to define. We can deposit only 10K. I'm just putting some information, some implementing this method. Here you can withdraw only 10. So like this you have to define the methods. Once you define the methods, by creating the object of this class Canara Bank, you can call the methods obj equal to new. So and now I created the object of this. By using this object, deposit obj dot withdraw, you can call the methods. So now I created the object, then I'm calling the deposit and withdraw method. Now right click and run the program. If you see here, two methods are called here. First deposit method and withdraw method. I put DEP, and put deposit. 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 Yes, right. Deposit. Though, so like this, you can call the methods by using the child object. By using a child object, you can call the methods. So there are set of rules to the interface. So what is the rules? Interface contains only abstract methods by default. Default means no need to give abstract keyword. Interface object cannot be created. Okay. Interface should inherit in class, and all the methods of interface should implement in child class. Okay, like this you have to create the interface and you have to implement the child class. So this is all about interface, and we can achieve multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means you can call more than one interface. So I created the bank here. I'll create another interface. Right click and interface RBI. Okay. So here I create another interface and I'm giving void NRI account, and this interface also have abstract method. It does not have any definition, this method. So as I told, you can implement or you can extend more than one interface. See, I put implements bank and RBI. Why it is giving error here? Because we need to implement the abstract method of RBI. So this NRI account, you need to implement this. Implement means you need to define. Can open the account. Why I am implementing this method? Because I inherited the RBI interface. So this RBI interface have one method. That method also should be implemented here. And as I told, we can achieve multiple inheritance by using interfaces. Means more than one interface you can inherit in a child class. That is what they say here. If you see the interface definition, the interface in Java is a mechanism of achieving abstraction. Traditionally, an interface could only have abstract methods without a body, a public, static, and final variables. We'll talk about that. It is used to achieve the multiple entities. As I told, you can achieve the multiple inheritance. You can achieve multiple inheritance only with the interface. Okay, means you can implement more than one interface. So for example, there is a class. Okay, you cannot extend more than one class. For example, this is child class, right? And this is abstract class. This is abstract class. I'll create another class, something like employee class. I'll create some methods under that. Okay, in employee class, I'm adding one method, salary. Okay, salary method. So this is the class. This is another class. As I put class here, this is employee class. Now I want to call this class. See, this is a class. child child abstract is a class, and we have already implemented one class. I want to inherit another class. When I inherit the another class, it will give the compilation error. That means you cannot extend more than one class in a class. See, when I put the employee is another class. When I inherit another class, it is you cannot do. So why we cannot do? What is the reason? So I'll tell you about that reason here. So assume that we have a abstract class and we have an employee class. Okay, these two class and child class is there. Why we cannot extend more than one class in the child class means the reason is, assume that there's employee, there is a abstract, in abstract class there is a salary method, okay, and in employee also there is a salary method. So when you extend this class, for example, you are extending the extends abstract class and employee class. When you inherit two classes in child class, when child class object is created, assume that child class object is created. Obj. Hold on here. And by using the object, you can access the public property of this class and this class also. So both the classes have the method salary. So when you create the object by using this object dot salary, and you call the JVM Java compiler will get confused whether it has to call this method or this method. So to avoid this ambiguity, Java does not have the multiple inheritance by using classes, but you can achieve multiple inheritance by using interfaces, as I did like this. So a Canara Bank have the interface bank or as well as RBI. Why there is no ambiguity here when you talk about the interface? Because whenever you inherit any interface, all the methods you need to inherit. For example, assume that this interface, this what is this RBI bank, right? Bank. So bank has a deposit method and okay, and RBI also have the deposit method. We are extending we are extending two interfaces, but as you have already implemented the deposit method, it is not giving the error because this deposit method is there in the bank interface, RBI interface. It doesn't matter because you have done only one implementation. Even though these two interfaces are the same method, you have done only one implementation. So when you call this method, it will call only one method. It will call this method. It doesn't check whether it is in bank interface or this interface because implementation you have done only one. Because of that reason, there is no ambiguity when you do the multiple inheritance by using interface. So this is all about the interfaces. So another concept is we have two interfaces. That's right. I'll close this. We have two interfaces, RBI, and we have RBI and bank. Okay, so RBI interface is one interface. When you want to extend, when you call one interface in another interface, for example, RBI I want to call in the bank, you need to use the extend the keyword here. When this bank interface want to inherit another interface, you need to put extends keyword. You have to remember this one. When interface is called in the another class, that is implements, because this is class and this is bank is interface. Whereas this bank is interface. When one interface want to inherit another interface, you need to put extend keyword like this. You have to do. So this is all about today's topic. I was talking about. I was the thought of explaining this. So as I told, interface contain abstract method by default. All the abstract method by default. Interface object cannot be created. Interface should be inherited in another class, and you have to implement all the methods of the interface abstract methods. And interface contains interface contains contains static and final variables. So interface contain only static and final variables. So when I talk about the static and final, I'll talk about the interface also. So this is all about the today's topic, today's discussion. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I tell you. Hello, hi, welcome back to Success Automation. And today's topic, I'm going to talk about the interfaces. So I'm using the Java version 1.8. So quickly I'll go to the here. I just want to create one bank interface. So I just go to the RBI. So RBI, I create one interface. Whenever you want to create the interface, you need to put the keyword interface here and the interface name. And in interface, you can create only abstract methods. Abstract method means the method which does not have any definition. And all the methods in interface by default are abstract. Means the method does not have any definition. So like this you can create the interface. Once you create the interface, you need to inherit this interface in a class. So how to do? Right click, new class, HDFC, HDFC bank. So I'm creating another class. So this RBI is an interface. You have to inherit this interface in another class. So this is a class. I want to implement that RBI interface in the HDFC class. So how to do? You need to write the implements keyword and you need to put the interface name. So once you update, once you put the interface name, it will give the compilation error. That means all the abstract methods of this interface you need to implement. So right click here, no need to right click, just put the cursor, put unimplement method. Once you do this, all the abstract methods of the interface, see here, this NR account is one abstract method and deposit another method, which are there in this RBI interface. That methods you need to implement. Implement means you need to define. How we can define? We can put some definition. NRI account. Something I want to give. Okay. Same thing. I want to define this method. Deposit. Something I'm giving. So once you inherit the interface in a class, you need to define the methods of that interface. If there are two methods, for example, there are two methods here. If you see, this interface have two methods, NRI account and deposit, and you need to define both the methods. For example, if I try to remove this one method, it will give the error here. It will say that all the methods of the interface you need to define when you inherit the interface. So like this, you can define the methods. Once you define the methods by using the object of this child class, obj equal to new. By creating the object of this, you can access the methods. Obj deposit obj dot nr. So I just created the object. Now right click and run the program. So if you see, I given NRI here, I given deposit here. So when I am calling the deposit method, it displaying the deposit. I just put something here. When I call the NRI account. So like this, you can implement the interface in the class, and you can, by creating the object of this, you can call. This is how we can do. We can implement the interface. So couple of things. Interface contain only abstract methods by default. No need to use the abstract keyword. Interface object you cannot create. Interface inherit in another. We need to inherit the interface another class, and all the methods of the interface you should to implement. Okay, and interface contains static and final variables. Variables. It contains static and final variables. Okay, now we'll talk about we can create another interface, another RBI. There is another interface. There is another interface called bank. So there is another interface called bank, and it have two methods, deposit and withdraw. Now I can inherit this bank also in this FDFC bank class. See, I just implement. inherit this bank interface. Whenever you put the inherit, when you inherit the interface, it will ask you to implement the unimplemented methods, abstract methods. So there is a withdraw method. It was not implemented. So you have to define this method. How to define? You can put some definition here. Okay, deposit, withdraw, withdraw. Okay. So what we understood is here we can inherit more than one interface in a class by using interface. That is nothing but a multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance can be achieved by using interfaces. This is how we can implement the interface in the class. Now one more thing, I have a RBI interface and I have the bank interface. Both are interface. Bank is an interface and RBI is another interface. Interface can extend another interface. How to do? When interface is extend another interface, you need to give the keyword extend. A interface can extend another interface. When you want to inherit another interface in interface, you need to put the keyword extend. When interface is inherited in a class, you need to put the implements keyword. That's the difference. That's the difference between how to implement the interface in the class and extending or inheriting interface another interfaces by using extend keyword. So by using this interface, you can achieve the multiple inheritance. Now, for example, there is a, I'll just create one class here. Parent, parent one. There's a class void add parent one. Okay, add method. I'll create another method, another parent, parent 2. This parent also have the add method. Parent 2 have the add method. Parent 1 also have the add method. So I will create one child demo. I want to extend this parent. When you want to extend a class in another class, you need to put the extend keyword. So whenever I extend the parent something, when I put the class name here, that means this will become the parent and this will become the child. So by using the child object, I'm creating the object of the child here. Obj so by using the child object dot add. So as this is parent, parent, all the parent public properties we can access by the child. So by using the object of child, I can access the parent properties. Right click here and it is adding. So there is no concept of multiple inheritance, means you cannot extend more than one parent in the child. For example, there is a child, there is a parent one class also. If you see here, there is a parent one class and parent two class. Both have the add method. This and this both have the add method. Why there is no multiple inheritance by using classes means the problem is when you extend more than one parent in the child by using classes, when you create the object of this child method, which add method it has to call, whether it has to call the add method of parent 1, parent 2 or parent 1, it will get confused. Because of that reason, there is no multiple inheritance by using classes. Only one, a class can extend only one class. Why they are restricted means if both the parent have the add method, when you create the object, when you try to call the add method, JVM will get confused which add method it has to call. For because of that reason, there is no multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means you cannot extend more than one class in a class. So because of that reason, they have avoided the multiple inheritance by using the class. But you can achieve the multiple inheritance by using interfaces. So this is all about today's topic. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel and share to your friends. This series totally for the automation engineers, purely for the automation engineers. What they have to know, how much they have to know, what are the things they have to know about the interfaces. Or I'm just talk. I'm just talking about related to the automation engineer. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.